accept you. Thank you for watching this video. In this episode we've got a couple of questions. I hope the lighting's okay. That makes it a bit dark. But I think it autocorrects it a little bit, so instead of having it just light on one side of my face, I'm going to go for the darker, so it's more balanced, the effect. So we haven't played Rocket League for a while, so we're just going to see how it goes, and we'll answer the couple of questions I have. So since last time I uploaded Rocket League videos, I went on to competitive. So you have casual and you have competitive, and I went on to competitive. So every time you win a match, you like go up a rank. Every time you lose a match, go down a rank. Usually, unless you have to win twice or lose twice to change ranks. So the questions I have. So first question, how replaceable are you? So this is a weird thought. So in terms of my family, I would say that if my brain was to be swapped out for some random person my age in the same body, like say if it was just a computer, how long, a very sophisticated computer, how long would it take for my family to notice, you know what, that isn't Peter, like his character's been a bit off, like how much, you know, how how replaceable are you? That it's just like, how much would it take for my character to be different, for my family to start asking deep questions? Is Peter's brain just being swapped out? Like, what would it take? Like, would I have to be more rude? Am I polite and say, if suddenly I was really rude, like my family would be like, what is it with Peter today? Or how about I'm with my sister and her boyfriend Tim, and like suddenly out of nowhere I say, you know what, I don't want to watch Love Island series 2 on Netflix, I don't fancy it. They'll be like, goodness, Peter's brain has been swapped out because he loves Love Island. Or what else could make a huge difference over the question of whether Peter's brain has been swapped out and how replaceable he is? Like, what is it about me that makes me me? Or like, am I so bland and during my day that it would take quite something extraordinary for anybody to notice that I'm different? Like, are there like loads of people out there who could swap their brains with me? My family wouldn't notice for years. They just think I'm exactly the same. Like, or is it the case that I'm so unique that that only I could be in my brain for my family to love me for who I am and to just be happy with me? Like, in terms of like friends, like I have friends, I think, like maybe they don't know me as well as my family, so maybe if I suddenly was different, then they wouldn't really notice. Certainly for strangers I could be replaced, but for friends maybe less so, and for family maybe they know me so well that if I was replaced by anybody, I would, you know, beg questions that Peter's brain has been swapped. You know, when he went for that knee surgery, I reckon they swapped his brain as well, because he didn't say thank you for that cup of tea I made him, and he always says thank you, and he always wants tea, and for some reason, if he didn't want tea for some reason, just once, then maybe Peter is a complete liar. He's a robot, you know, Alan Turing test. You know, Peter, you're a complete different person, which so that means, I'm not that replaceable. But I suppose how replaceable are you? Like in terms of society, like could the world? It's hard to imagine, but could the world function without me? It's a difficult thought to think. This World Cup going on right now, like maybe over 1 billion people watching it. Like, do you think it would work if I wasn't watching it on BBC or ITV? Do you think do you think it would work if I wasn't there watching it? And in terms of society, do you think it would work if Peter didn't play Rocket League? Like, do you think it would just be national crisis, country at standstill? Peter is not playing Rocket League because his brain has been swapped out for a Peter-like humanoid being. Okay, so it's how replaceable I am. I like to think I'm not replaceable, but I'm sure there's thousands of people out there that if you swapped a brain with me, my family wouldn't notice, my friends wouldn't notice, and society, they wouldn't notice the difference. And even if I just one day woke up as a girl, would anybody really, check? Yeah, there's somebody in Peter's bedroom that we sometimes see for meal times, and sometimes empty the dishwasher. But did we really notice that Peter was male? We didn't ask for the gender, before Peter's birth. Did we really make the link? Is he really that, unique? I think Peter is slightly replaceable. I have been talking, through this Rocket League. I've got 20 points. Diabolical. I've done nothing. My Rocket League skills have not been going up. And to be able to multitask as well. Okay, next question. That's how replaceable are you? The next question is, if you could ask 2 questions to understand who a person really is, what would those 2 questions be? To get as much information out of somebody that you've never met before, what would those 2 questions be? I think they would be... Oh, it's a toughie, I think it's worth playing another game of Rocket League just for that question. So you've got meeting somebody for the first time, and you need to ask 2 questions to find them out: who they are, what they're doing, what's up. So I suppose you could go for simple ones like what's your name and where you're from. So you got the name, you got them where they're from, but if you think about the replaceability of it, you wouldn't really get a deeper sense of who they are, because they could be anybody from that place and with that name. So what question really deepens your understanding of who they are? Do you like Marmite? I don't know. It's a big question. You can tell a lot about someone, because somebody who doesn't like Marmite is a fussy eater. They don't eat peas. They don't eat jam because it's apricot jam, and they don't take, they don't take funny business when it comes to their food. Their food is all about specific tastes. If they don't like Marmite, they're a fussy eater. They've had a bad childhood. They've been brung up the wrong way because they don't finish their meals. The match has been cancelled. They don't play Rocket League on a regular basis. They're a failure in life. If you don't like Marmite, you're screwed. Your education was challenging. You really struggle to fulfill your place in society. You don't like Marmite. You don't like stuff, basically. You're not a human being. you're just a load of trash. On the other hand, if you like Marmite, well, my goodness gracious me, you are of the elite senses. You have a divine sense of what food tastes like. You eat everything. You eat your courgettes, you have your dried apricots, you have your dried bananas, you're eating your Aldi That's It bars, and you don't give a stuff, because you like Marmite. You don't have chocolate spread. You do quite like the taste, but you don't have it because it's not healthy. If you don't like Marmite, you don't like life. I'm telling you right now. Match has been cancelled yet again. Marmite is the true differential between whether you're a good person or you just don't have a sense of life. You don't know what life is. You just think about stuff and then you forget about it. What was your breakfast today, John? I don't like Marmite. I don't know what I ate for breakfast. You don't like Marmite. You're stupid. You're irrational. Like, for me, I don't like Marmite. But I'm just saying, Marmite is the differential between success and failure. Success and failure. You've got your Marmite over here. You have failure over there. You don't like Marmite. You don't like health. You don't want to live a long time. Because you don't like Marmite. The match has been cancelled. You don't like Marmite. Let's think of another question which really deepens of the conceptual understanding of what a person is, who they are, and what they're doing with their life. Let's think. So you're going through your day, you're having your Marmite on the toast, because you got toast. Okay, next question that truly unpicks who a person is and makes them a real deal in life. Do you use the toaster or do you use the grill? And don't tell me it depends whether you're having cheese or not. Don't give me that. I know that you need a grill if you've got cheese. Yes, I know that. We're talking about the non-cheese variety of toast. Do you use a toaster or do you use a grill? And the thing is, if you use a grill, that just means you don't have a toaster. And that means that you're intelligent. My goodness. If you don't have a toaster, you know what life's about, really. Because you're not fussing, you're not using special kitchen space on a toaster. You're as lazy as nothing else. You don't like Marmite. You don't have a toaster. You're a successful... No. You don't like Marmite. You use a toaster. That's it. The chocolate spread dwellers on this earth, who don't like their Marmite, who are fussy as anything, who really don't have a true grasp of what it is to be a human, because they're just empty inside. Toaster people really aren't the best people to have a conversation with. Like, to be honest, I'll give you I was a good person back in the day when we didn't have a toaster. Like, my goodness. Life was simple. But we didn't have a toaster. So we just used the grill. If we want toast, we use the grill. And my goodness, there is nothing quite the same as using the grill as a toaster. It's like you're going into the wilderness and using nothing but you know, a piece of 2 rocks and 5 feathers to make the fire and to camp outside, and you don't have marshmallows because they're unhealthy and stuff. So you're meeting somebody for the first time. You've got to understand who they are, and the questions are, do you like Marmite? Do you have a toaster? Those are the questions. because there are two categories of people in this world. Those that have toasters and don't like Marmite. And those that have a good sense in life and are successful. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Right, in all serious now, let's think of two questions that actually make any sense in this short time we have of this match. So I guess, looking beyond the complete rubbish that I've been saying, like, I don't really think that about Marmite toast. I just thought it was slightly funny. Uh, oh, we might score. No, we won't. So think of a question. Okay, do you believe in God? That shows a conceptual understanding of, do you like evidence? Do you believe in God? Do you like evidence? No, I don't think it really... what's the question? A deep question to understand who they are. What is it about people? Okay. Oh, I've got an idea. You ask someone a question to see how polite they are, and to see whether they're a nice person. So the question is, what's the time? And you ask somebody what the time is, and depending on their tone of voice or whether they answer you, you can tell a lot about a person. Because somebody who's an unkind person will just say, huh, "What you doing asking me what the time is, you imbecile?" The time is all dependent on whether you have a watch, really. If you have a watch, theirs. But if you don't have a watch, you don't deserve to know what the time is. You've got to fully prepare yourself for your days, and you've got to make sure you have a watch. You stupid imbecile. And if somebody acts like that, they're not very nice. But if somebody's like, "Oh yeah, it's 1:45. Chill. Chill your beans. You're a cool person. We're cool. We're having a nice time." So ask somebody what the time is, see what their tone of voice is like. What's another deep question? So you've grasped the person's a nice person by their tone of voice. And the second question is... oh, let's think of it. So you understand that they're a nice person and they're good, but you want to understand something about them in just one question. Oh, please not be a goal. Phew, it wasn't a goal. You've got one question. I don't know where I'm going with this, but do you... Oh, he stole a goal from me. Do you know what it is to be human? No, let's think of a question. Just one question. What is the time? Do you smoke? That's a good question. Because those who smoke don't care about their health and don't care about living a long time to see their family. And those who don't smoke are sensible people who I get on with. So what's the time? See their tone of voice to see if they're nice or not, and ask them whether they smoke. If they say no, they've got some sense. And if they say yes, they're a bottle of skit, and they don't care about their health or how long they live, or making sure that they live long for their family. So I'm happy with those questions. What is the time? Do you smoke? That beats, do you like Marmite, and have you got a toaster? Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next episode of Rocket League Question Time. Alright now, bye.